Hi guys, and welcome to your weekly horoscope. This one is for Monday the 4th of December going through until Sunday the 10th of December 2023. I'm going to see how this goes today. It's so gorgeous and picturesque, I just thought I had to come out and film here. So I'm going to go through the horoscope each day of the week, and then at the end I'm going to show you the park. If you hear a lot of kids screaming in the background, I think every child in Vienna is here today. And they're making snowmen and they're sledding. It's really like unbelievable. It's like a postcard. So I'll show you guys around because it really is beautiful. The sun is shining. You can see all the snow here. It's really amazing. I just hope the sound is okay. And if you're worried about me staying warm, don't worry, I even brought a pillow today. So I am nice and snug and cozy out here in the snow. So these horoscopes, what I do is I go through each day of the week and I look at what planets, what they're doing. So the relationships the planets form between each other, what energy that creates among themselves. And the point of these horoscopes then is to see what energy the planets create and how that's going to influence all of us down here on planet Earth. So these horoscopes are for all signs of the zodiac, whether you're a sun sign Aries or a rising sign in Virgo or a moon in Sagittarius. This is like an overall weather report, astrological weather report of what the planets are doing. And yeah, so I'm gonna have a look. I'm gonna start with Monday. Oh, but what I have noticed looking at this week, it is very kind of on brand with all this picturesque energy. That's why I wanted to film outside today, because the whole week feels really charming. It really does. So from Monday to Friday, you're going to find that you're very productive, but also that you get on with people very well. And the weekend is almost ridiculously romantic. So I'll look at that Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Okay, so Monday the 4th of December, and I really do hope the sound is okay, so I'm going to speak up. On Monday the 4th of December, we have the moon in Virgo. The moon is the way you feel. Virgo is an earth sign, and it really likes analysis, detail, and it likes to make sense of things and to come up with meaning. It opposes Saturn in Pisces, so that's a really good connection I feel here on Monday, because there will be a sense of spiritual connection and a sense of spiritual certainty. And with the Virgo moon on the other side of that, you'll be able to make sense of that very easily. So Saturn is this huge outer planet, and in Pisces, it gives you a feeling of my gut, my intuition, what I feel internally is valid, and I ought to look at that. And then the moon, in comparison, 180 degrees away from it, it's this tiny little thing in comparison, in Virgo, and it really tries its best. It's very earnest, and it will pick up everything that it gets from Saturn and Pisces with a kind of clipboard and make notes, and will try and listen to absolutely everything and to make sense of that. So the Virgo moon then also squares Mars, the planet of drive and ambition, and the sun, your identity and what gives you a sense of strength, what you're working towards in your natal chart. The sun currently is in Sagittarius, so first of all, happy birthday to all the Sagittariuses out there. But with the moon forming that square, so there's friction between these planets, the moon, Mars and the sun, there's also a sense that I have a desire to make progress, and I want things to get bigger, and I want to go on adventures and explore. And the Virgo moon then, being an earth sign, will be very helpful in giving you ideas of what steps you need to take to make that happen. So it's like, I want to go on a trip, and Virgo moon comes in and says, okay, if you want to go on a trip, then you have to book tickets, and then you have to look at hotels and what you're going to do on that day. So that works very nicely. The Virgo moon also trines Mercury in Capricorn, so the communication planet is in another earth sign, Capricorn. So to me, that says Monday starts very nicely with you being able to make sense of things and then to take practical action based on that. And it also trines Jupiter in Taurus. So Jupiter is the lucky planet in Taurus, the earth sign of taking charge of your circumstances and controlling them so that they suit you. When you kind of engage on that level, good things are likely to happen. And then also Venus, the planet of love, beauty and creativity, that goes into Scorpio. So I feel things deeply. There's a sense of intensity around that. I want to get to the root cause of things, and I'm very in touch with my feelings. So Venus in Scorpio, the Virgo moon and Saturn. Monday is not going to be a day where you really doubt your own feelings or where you're going to be uncertain of how you feel. You're going to be very clear on that. So overall on Monday, you have this innate connection to the higher realms, to your own feelings, and you'll be able to make sense of the information that you receive easily. So if you've been trying to make a decision one way or the other, or to get clarity on a specific issue, or particularly very detailed issues, like, you know, if I am going on a trip, I'm going to have to book a room. Do I want a single room or do I want a double room? Anything like that isn't just going to be easy, but I think you'll even get a sense of satisfaction from doing things like that. So the more detailed and the more specific, the better. Tuning in will help you make a decision quickly. So really the key thing is to ask yourself, what is important? What do I want to do based on my own feelings? That's also going to satisfy Venus and Scorpio. Getting your priorities in order and taking action will allow you to get things done easily and effectively, one after the other, without a sense of being overwhelmed. That's the one good thing about Virgo, in the sense, well, there's several good things about Virgo, but the one thing it never does is it does never get overwhelmed by information and with what has to be kind of looked at. In fact, the more information, the better. So open yourself up to all the things that need doing, and you'll really be able to jump into action and get those things done really well and easily and quickly. So if you have this huge to-do list, or you're thinking, oh, you know, it's the holiday season, I've got so much on. If you go into Monday saying, I'm going to get all this sorted, you won't be disappointed. So it's not just a good week in terms of positive relationships and a sense of I'm connected, but Monday and Tuesday here particularly are great opportunities to get things ticked off the list and out of the way. Tuesday, the 5th of December, we've got the Virgo moon forming an opposition with Neptune in Pisces. So similar theme, but Neptune is an outer planet, the water planet of dreams and intuition. So it's similar to Saturn on Monday in Pisces. Here on Tuesday, it makes your sense of self and what my hopes and dreams are and what I'm feeling and what I'm being guided towards, that's even easier now on Tuesday, because Saturn is about structure. I don't doubt my own intuition, right? But Neptune is the dream planet, so everything is about my feelings. And if I sense it, then I must sense that for a reason. So anyone who works kind of with their intuition as an intuitive or as a creative or as a healer, Tuesday is amazing. And that combo of the Virgo moon opposing Neptune and Pisces means that you're able to tap into that very easily and then express it in some sort of tangible way. So what I'm noticing here is the moon moves very, very quickly, right? It moves signs every 2.5 days or so. And first of all, it's facing off with the giant Saturn on Monday. And then next day, Tuesday, this giant water planet, Neptune. And the sense I'm getting here is kind of not David and Goliath, because it's not me versus them as such, because I think they're actually working together nicely. Well, it could actually be. It could be, no matter how big and no matter how much information there is that I have to work with, I'm not intimidated by that. I was going to say, it kind of reminds me of one of the court cards in the tarot, the pages, who don't have a lot of experience, but they're willing to learn. They actually enjoy that process. So on Monday it opposes Saturn, on Tuesday it opposes Neptune. So there is this sense of humility almost. It's like, I know I don't have all the answers, but I'm really willing to learn. I'm really willing to do my best. And the more info I get, the better. So it's really this positive kind of humble, can-do energy, which allows you to learn a lot and to get a lot done. So on Tuesday then, the Virgo moon also squares the sun in Sagittarius. So I want to go on an adventure. I want to kind of expand the inner fire, and I know what to do about that in a practical sense. It trines Uranus in Taurus, and it quincunxes Chiron in Aries. So anything that I do in a practical sense based on my feelings is going to feel like I'm not only doing something positive, but I'm healing myself through that by being present and aware of what I want, and then taking action based on that is going to make me feel good. Venus in Scorpio trines Saturn in Pisces. So this is like I have a whole ocean of feelings, and I can pick and I can really understand what's going on internally. So if you felt disconnected from yourself, you won't on Tuesday. So the combination of that is that you can juggle a lot of things at once on Tuesday. Again, you won't be overwhelmed, or there's very little likelihood of that happening. And even more so, you can do things in the present moment, but you'll also be able to look ahead and to anticipate what's coming and to take actions to get ready for that. So you're really operating on all levels. You're looking around and you're very, very informed here, intuitively and on a practical level. So you can adapt to unforeseen circumstances easily. You can keep the focus on what it is you do want to do. Even if there are distractions, you can always go back to that and find it easy to pick things up again. So you're really, again, get the to-do list out and make sure that you look at as much as you can, because you will be able to knock things off. It's almost, therefore, impossible to become distracted or to waste time. You're really in production mode here on Tuesday the 5th. On Wednesday, the 6th of December, Neptune goes direct at 2:50 in the afternoon. Neptune is the intuition planet. And I mentioned this in the horoscopes that I did for 2024 recently. When a planet is retrograde, I always interpret that as the energy is kind of experienced internally. And when it goes direct, you can notice that energy in your external environment. So I think that with Neptune going direct on Wednesday the 6th here, you'll start to notice that this is really possible, or there's a sense of I can realize my hopes and dreams. It's even the outside world is reflecting to me what I want, and there are certain things that I'm really going to resonate with. So it makes it even easier for you to say, this is what I want to do, this is something I like, I'm going to pick it up, look into it, and see where it leads me. So there's this wonderful sense of adventure, and there's also this wonderful sense of anything is possible. The Virgo moon then still opposes Neptune in Pisces on Wednesday, and it trines Pluto in Capricorn. So if I feel this to be important, I can get the details organized in order to affect change, to restructure the foundations and the framework of my life, so that it suits me more. I'm able to make time for myself if I want. So for instance, I can rearrange my calendar to have 3 or 4 hours there. You're very flexible with all of that. So again, that's really positive in terms of you not getting overwhelmed, because it's not going to be like, hey, I'm trying to do something here, don't interrupt me, I'm getting stressed out. No, you have the presence of mind to say, I'm doing something here. Yes, what are you talking to me about right now? Okay, let's look at that, let's get it done. And then you can go back to your own work without this sense of, oh, I'm tense. So really, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, try and look at doing everything that needs doing. You're not going to be overwhelmed. And in fact, I think you may even enjoy it. So that's a nice setup, because if you're like, what can I do in this day so that by the end of it I can kind of put my head on the pillow and feel really proud of myself. The first 3 days of this week, it's simply listening to yourself and then taking practical action around that. That's going to feel incredibly fulfilling. But more so, it's going to be, I did all of these things. Look, I had all these errands to run and I did them. I had this to organize, I did it, so I feel good. And that's really useful, because one, the to-do list is going to shrink, and second of all, you feel good about yourself at the end of the day. The moon in Libra, and the moon enters Libra at 5:35 in the afternoon, and the Libra moon squares Mercury in Capricorn and quincunxes Saturn in Pisces and Jupiter in Taurus. Okay, so the moon shifting into Libra is very different. It goes out of the element of earth and into the element of air. So it's now focused much more on relationships. So we're starting to see that you are much more interested in connecting with other people and socializing, and you come across very well. You're considerate, you're creative, and you're able to put your best foot forward. You make a good impression, basically. So if there's anything that requires you to, like for instance, if you have a partner and you're meeting the in-laws for the first time, so a meeting that's kind of important, you want to make a good impression, right? You'll be able to really consider where they're coming from and how certain things may be perceived if you say them over this dinner. So you're really able to think on lots of different levels at once. So if you have anything like that going on, Wednesday is a good day to do it. And also if it's like a presentation where you need to tailor the presentation to your particular audience, or you're going for a job interview, or you're doing anything like that, you come across very well, and you're able to, again, anticipate how what you're saying may be received. The Libra moon also squares Mercury in Capricorn, and it quincunxes, I think I've mentioned this already, yeah, and it quincunxes Saturn in Pisces and Jupiter in Taurus. So I want to communicate effectively. Also doing things on a practical level is going to be very easy. I continue to feel this sense of being supported by my intuition, my gut, by the higher realms. And anything I do around this time in a practical way, so anything that I'm not just thinking about, so my ideas that I actually write down or paint, or I'm thinking about the meeting with the in-laws, we're actually now going to a particular place and we're going to have lunch. Anything like that is supported by the lucky planet. So on Wednesday, you may notice that things you've been considering or thinking about already are being done by others in your environment. You may see that certain people are involved in things in a practical sense that you've only considered and thought about. So with that, you may get a sense that, hey, it's time to get a move on here. It's very motivating, and you can learn a lot from other people by really looking as well as presenting yourself really well. So pay particular attention to ideas that occur to you on Wednesday. You'll find a new way of getting things done, and you may surprise yourself by being immediately very accomplished in areas that you hadn't considered before. So try new things and you'll see that, wow, this is working really nicely. Thursday, the 7th of December, we have the Libra moon opposing Chiron in Aries. So this is interesting because is it self? Should I focus on myself on this day, or should I consider other people? So this is the one day of this week where there may be a little bit of a back and forth, and you may not be as certain as you have been before. It sextiles the Sun and Mars in Sagittarius, and it quincunxes Jupiter in Taurus. So the easy way to manage this, I would say, is to go, what adventures can I go on? And if I involve other people with that, in those adventures, then that's a bonus. But the key thing is, what motivates me, what do I find fun, and what am I going to pursue here? The Sun in Sagittarius also trines Chiron in Aries, so that's the key. A sense of momentum and expansion and learning new things. That's what's going to give you a sense of, wow, I'm really like on team me here. I'm proud of myself. Well done me. Mercury in Capricorn trines Jupiter in Taurus. So again, any kind of ideas and information you receive via other people or your environment, or something you come up with yourself that has a practical component to it, by actually doing the practical thing, that's where you access the good luck. So Thursday is good for socializing and getting creative. You do have this wonderful sense of adventure, and you're willing to try something new. So see where that see where that feeling leads you. And again, same as the day before, you'll find yourself pleasantly surprised by discovering a new location or a new relationship or a new way to create an income for yourself, or an alternate way to create an income for yourself. So moving on to Friday, and this is where the romance side of things really starts to take off here. Friday the 8th of December, we have the Libra moon forming a square with Pluto in Capricorn. So there may be something that changes for the better as far as your relationships are concerned, but in quite a dramatic way. So meeting a new amazing person. And it quincunxes Neptune in Pisces and Uranus in Taurus. So Friday is really amazing because it's really like lightning strikes and Cupid's arrow hits, and hopes and dreams can be realized simply by you showing up. So Friday is a wonderful day for singles and for anyone looking for love. You find it easy to connect with others and you'll be able to sense the potential in your new relationships. And you're very unlikely to go wrong with that initial assessment. So pay attention to how you react to a person immediately. Again, it's likely to really serve you. And those situations are particularly likely to appear if it's a situation you get caught up in and that you hadn't planned on. So for instance, you're having lunch with friends and then a friend says, hey, I know this place down the road, they sell like ceramics or something, I want to have a look. Let's go and stop by before we go home. It's that kind of thing. The circumstances that you wouldn't have been able to find on your own, one thing leading to another, it's in the another that the surprises can appear. So chaos or things that are unforeseen equals good luck on Friday. So be open to doing new things and maybe give yourself a little bit of extra time for that lunch or the meeting or something so that you can do this thing which wasn't expected. And things are likely to take a little bit longer, but that's a good thing. If you're already in a relationship or you're happily single and you're not looking, then it's also really good for your relationships in general with friends, family. And it's even a good day for Christmas shopping as you know, at this time of year, usually the shops are really busy, especially around the weekend. But that chaos and that busyness, that's not going to faze you. In fact, you may, when I lived in Manchester, I often went to the Trafford Centre, which is this giant shopping place. And I made the mistake there of going on a Saturday just before Christmas, and people on the parking lot were just, it was bedlam, it was madness. So, be cautious around that, but you'll be able to deal with that kind of chaos in a much more constructive and positive way than you usually would be able to deal with it. So if you have to kind of go out on Friday and do stuff, or Saturday even, it's not the end of the world because you might even enjoy it, okay? Saturday the 9th of December, we've got the moon now going into Scorpio, and we've also got Venus in Scorpio, right? So Venus in Scorpio is really like interested in having a profound connection with another person, most specifically. It's not like I just want a physical connection, but I want to have a spiritual connection and an emotional connection and an intellectual connection. I want to feel absolutely everything. You know, it's like one of those, when someone uses like the hyperbole of like, I just want to crawl inside someone. It's like way too much. It's so interested in opening up to another person and experiencing absolutely everything that other person can offer. So it can be too much of a good thing at times, but not here on Saturday. It's really positive for connecting with other people, and that desire almost makes you magnetic. So it pulls other people towards you. So it is a wonderful time to kind of meet new people, because if there is a connection with someone, there's no doubt about it. It's like, boom, I feel it. And those are the best moments, I think, when it's just like you meet someone, you hit it off straight away. The Scorpio moon then conjuncts Venus in Scorpio, so that they sit together and blend their energies together, and that's why this is so amazing. And then they oppose Jupiter in Taurus. So the lucky planet in the earth sign of Taurus. So if you take that intensity that you embody at this time and you go out in the world with it, good luck will appear, and that combination is what creates this amazing magnetism. It trines Saturn in Pisces and it sextiles Mercury in Capricorn. So those two again support this whole process. You're settled within yourself while being very intense, and you're able to take practical action. You're focused on being, you won't get overwhelmed emotionally. You can feel all this intensity and you can balance it out with the things that you're doing in a practical sense. Venus in Scorpio opposes Jupiter in Taurus. I've mentioned that via the moon, because the moon and Venus in Scorpio sit together and they oppose Jupiter in Taurus. And that's where I feel this wonderful recipe for romance and intensity comes from. So you really will draw people to yourself on Saturday. It's really likely that you'll have a positive experience with another person. So if you're in a relationship and you're all good on the romance front, you can really have these wonderful moments with people that become memorable years down the road because it's that good. So make sure that you're not on your own on Saturday if you can possibly help it. And for instance, if you've moved to a new city and you don't know anyone, and you can only connect with your friends and family over the phone and things, then if you can, please do go out into the city on a Saturday and chat to people about just what random things, like in passing. And it's very likely to lead to something. And I think the key with that is just to get people talking, like if you're window shopping and you're standing looking at something and someone else next to you is looking at the same thing, then you can just say something really trivial like, this window is really something, isn't it? And then they may say, yeah, it is. And that could get you talking. It's really that kind of thing. So you'll have this positive experience, whether that's meeting someone you're interested in, or you receive a surprise gift from someone that you hadn't expected, or you get a compliment from an unexpected source. Something good is going to come your way. So make sure basically that you're out and about today and try and spend as much time as you can with other people. That's where that positivity is likely to come from, and that's how it can reach you. Sunday, the 10th of December, we have the Scorpio moon opposing Uranus in Taurus. So if I listen to my feelings and I go with that intensity, then anything is possible. Any wonderful thing is possible. It trines Neptune in Pisces and it quincunxes Chiron in Aries. So this is so amazing, and it's similar to Friday, but with the inclusion of Chiron here, this is like I've had a dream for a particular area of my life, or I've really had a dream for my relationships, and it's still there. It hasn't come true yet. It may come true on Sunday, the 10th of December, really. Particularly things where you've started to get frustrated. Like, where is the love of my life? I've been waiting for a while. It hasn't worked out. Those kind of things where you feel somewhat disappointed or like it's time, Sunday is really good for that. So overall, this whole weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's really fabulous as far as your relationships are concerned. And it reaches its peak on Sunday, the 10th of December. The weekend particularly is full of wonder, and you will be surprised in matters of the heart. So regardless of the situation you're in, expect something amazing to happen. And it is also a wonderful day to do any creative or healing work for yourself and for other people. So creativity, art, music, healing in the sense of I'm actually working with Reiki or sound healing, or it can be something that's designed to make people feel at ease and like they're being nurtured and supported, like helping someone decorate their place, hang up pictures or something, or cooking a nice meal for someone and putting your love in it and having, then putting a candle on the table, or whatever it is you do, what your love language is. It's a good day to start talking in your love language and to express that to people. Yeah. Okay, so that's what I get for you this week. I hope it gives you an idea of what you'll be working with. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. When you get to the front page, scroll down a bit until you get to the button that says book your reading. Click on that to order your reading with me. And in my personal readings, I use astrology, the tarot, numerology, as well as my intuition. I combine all of those things to answer any questions you may have. So I look at the divination systems, I see what they say, I kind of bounce that off my own intuition, and I'm able to give you the answer that may have eluded you, and it really allows me to see what your strengths and weaknesses are, kind of when it comes to your life purpose, particularly around career, what you'll be best at. I can look at what's kind of destined via the astrology chart when it comes to your own personal development, your income, your finances, communication, family situations, love life, career, your relationship with groups of people, travel, moving, career development, hopes and dreams, spiritual development, friendships, anything at all really. I can also have a look at what the trends are in future. So for instance, in what months you're really supported naturally when it comes to, for example, your friendships or your careers, when there are shifts in that energy. And I also look at the astrocartography, which is a wonderful tool to actually see what particular locations on planet Earth are going to affect you in a particular way. So if you do have the freedom to move, or you want to move but you're not quite sure where to move to, then the astrocartography is a fabulous tool to look at, to give you specific ideas and clues as to what places are going to work and what not. And as someone who's moved around so much, that's really a wonderful tool to kind of have a sense of what it's going to be like ahead of time. So if you're interested in any of that, please get in touch with me for a personal reading. And again, I hope this has given you an idea of the week to come. So that's the end of the horoscope, and this is similar to last week's, where at the end of the video I showed you this park a little bit. But I do want to show you the park because it is so picturesque today. But the first thing I want to do, because last week I was like looking for the squirrels and stuff and it snowed, I brought some almonds with me. I hope squirrels eat almonds. And I'm gonna leave them, I think they do, yeah. I'm gonna leave them at the bottom of the tree so that they've got something to eat here. So you guys can come with me if you want almonds. I'm gonna put those down here. And then I will also show you around a little bit because we've got snowmen and I mean, you've probably seen the kids sledding in the back. Okay, so one sec. Oh, and I want to show you something else. This is exciting. Okay. So first of all, look, I wasn't kidding about the pillow. So that's not been an issue. So I'm just gonna put these almonds down here by the base of the tree. They'll find them, right? I mean, if they're hungry, I'm sure they will. Yeah. Maybe later on when it quiets down a bit. There we go. They'll find those, right? Hopefully, hopefully. Look how beautiful. Oh, I don't have to pack up by myself now. You guys are going to keep me company. That's good. Okay. Yeah, it's like, I was saying this last week, but it's almost like too picturesque. Like if you look down there, look. That house, I don't know if you can see it. It's like out of a postcard. I was on TikTok the other day and there's this filter people can apply to like an area that hasn't had snow and is just normal, and they put like this Christmas filter on it, and that's exactly what it looks like here. I might cut this bit out if it's taking too long. Okay, time for the tour now. Got everything. Yep. And blue sky, and sunshine, and snow. So nice. Oh, and I didn't have snow boots. This is my best version of snow boots. Look. I'll have to get some. It doesn't snow that often in the UK. I think it does at the moment though, because I read that it's -10 there at the moment, Celsius, which is really a lot. Got that little tower. Where's it? Where's the tower? Go now. Go, go, go.
Now. I'm done.
Okay, the lake's frozen over, so I just want to show you that. And then I think I'll stop recording, but that's just one more thing I want to show you guys because it's so pretty. So pretty. It's amazing how many languages you hear as well here. Here's the lake, look. That down there. Yeah. That right there is a lake. Well, a pond. Yeah. Okay. So I just wanted to show you that. And I hope you all have a wonderful week. And yeah. And that house again. Let me just show you the house. I can't help myself. It's just so pretty. Look. Gorgeous. I love it. Okay, guys, have a wonderful week and I'll speak to you soon.